Hello everybody, in this video we will be ranking all the items in Peak as of patch 1.5a. Rope Spool, 12.5 meters of rope which you or your teammates can climb. B tier. Sure, it can help your teammates catch up, however in most cases, if you can climb a route without needing a rope, so can your teammates. There is one exception to this. If you pop a lollipop and an energy drink, you can climb up super high and drop a rope for your teammates. This tech is very useful in the kiln, where there are few viable paths to traverse. Anti-rope spool. Functions the same as the rope spool, but anti-gravity. Solid A tier. This item basically solves the rope spool's biggest weakness, since you don't have to climb to the area you want to be in before placing the rope. Also, this item is actually useful in single player. Quick plug, but I would be very happy if you would consider subscribing. I am currently undergoing a transition from shitposting to posting quality content as a small YouTuber, so every sub helps me get one step closer to reaching my dream of becoming a big YouTuber. Anyways, back to the video. Rope cannon is basically a rope spool, but you can shoot the rope at the area you want to climb. Functionally, this is almost identical to the anti-rope spool, so it also goes into A tier. Anti-rope cannon is hands down the best rope item in the game. It's basically an anti-rope spool, but you can place it at a higher area to reach areas you normally wouldn't be able to reach, even with other items. S tier. Chain cannon. Also S tier. This item is useful since you can move horizontally rather than just vertically. I have seen many speedrunners use this in the kiln to reach distant areas where a rope wouldn't suffice. Just make sure that you have enough stamina if you place a longer chain, since using this is taxing on your energy. Piton. A tier. Some people would place this in S tier since it is versatile and it basically doubles how high you can climb if you place it properly. However, it does break and there are other temporary rest items that are better. Shelf Shroom is basically just a better piton. It doesn't break, and since it creates a big ledge, your teammates can use it at the same time as you. You can also place your backpack on it. Undoubtedly, S tier.
Magic Bean. Actually, I haven't seen many people use this item yet, but from what I understand, it's basically just an anti-rope spool, but very difficult to aim. B tier. Compass. F tier. This item is just straight up useless. Pirate's Compass is a compass that points to the nearest luggage. D tier. If you scout properly, you can find luggage easily in the first place. Also, this item just is not worth taking when you can be carrying other more important items. Antidote. D tier. Just don't get poisoned. Bandages in the first aid kit also fall in D tier. Sure, if you are damaged, you will need these items to recover your stamina. Most of the time, however, if you do fall, you will just straight up die. If you do survive, you most likely will already be far behind your teammates with very little stamina. So these items really are not worth the inventory slot unless you have nothing else to take. Heat pack. Only somewhat useful in the Alpines if you get caught in the open during a snowstorm, but you could just take cover behind trees or rocks. C tier. Medicinal root is B tier. Unlike the other healing items, this root has many uses. It can cure injuries, remove poison, and recover some hunger, so it is versatile. The Cure-All is the best healing item in the game. It has 3 charges, can heal all status effects, and even restores some hunger. A tier. It doesn't reach S tier though, since healing items generally are not that useful, and it can't help you outright beat the kiln. Portable stove. D tier. You can cook stuff and recover from the cold if you are in the Alpines, but really you might as well use your inventory slot for something else and just cook your food at the campfire. Flare is F tier. Not useful at all. The only time you have to bring this is on Ascent 4, where flares no longer spawn on the peak. Lantern. D tier. It is only somewhat useful in the Alpines to recover from the cold, but then again you could just take cover. Fairy Lantern. A tier. Another great healing item. It heals players and can recharge, so it is a solid tool if your team takes bits of damage here and there. Bugle. F tier unless you are going to serenade the capybaras in the Alpines, in which case it rises up to chill guy tier. Bugle of Friendship is S tier. It's basically a big lollipop, but it affects all your teammates. It can also be used to serenade the capybaras, so it's an instant chill guy tier. Its only downside is that it isn't useful in single player since you can't climb while playing the bugle. Scoutmaster's Bugle. What if you wanted to play Peak, but also Subway Surfers at the same time? In exchange for giving your teammates max stamina, this item just straight up spawns the Scoutmaster to hunt and kill you. Do not use this item unless you are throwing. F tier. Bing Bong. Bing Bong tier. Scout Effigy revives one dead teammate upon use without giving them the curse status effect. It is only really relevant if your teammate is already dead. It is a good item to pop immediately, but this is not a good item to carry as a fallback. Cure-All and Fairy Lantern are much better as fallback items. Pro tip, to not die, stay alive. Seriously, just play better. C tier.
Cursed Skull is a last resort which sacrifices you to revive and heal all your teammates with max stamina. Personally, I would put this in B tier simply because of its clutch potential. If all your teammates are dead and you're about to die anyways, this could be the one thing that saves your run. But aside from that, Cursed Skull is mostly just a meme, especially in single player where it's completely useless. Blowgun. You can use it to tranquilize your teammates and do unspeakable things while they're asleep. Real talk though, this thing is useless and is only good for throwing or farming clips. F tier. Food will be a grouped tier as there are too many food items to cover individually. Most cooked food that doesn't poison you falls under B tier since you will always need to recover hunger. Believe me when I say that hunger is one of the most important stats that you have to track, especially in the caldera and the kiln where food is extremely scarce. As for food you would want to keep, marshmallows are one of them. It goes into A tier since it recovers a lot of hunger and gives morale. Airplane food, eggs, and honeycombs are also similar to marshmallows and so also go into A tier. Trail mix and granola bar are high B. I personally wouldn't keep these in my backpack, but would rather eat them immediately since they don't give that much hunger or morale. Winter berries are also high B tier. If you have extra space, spamming winter berries can help you sprint through the caldera without suffering much fire damage. Meanwhile, if you happen to find the capybaras in the alpines, the yellow winter berries on their heads are probably the best food items in the game. They heal you, recover heat damage, restore hunger, and provide morale. It's like cure-all in the form of food. A tier. Scout cookies are A tier. Has 4 servings with each serving recovering around 25% of your hunger and is really good when cooked. It also only takes 1 inventory slot, so it is very space efficient. Sports drink is C tier. Just drink it immediately to get extra morale for later on or carry some to recover fire damage in the caldera. Big lollipops and energy drinks combined fall into S tier. You basically become Tarzan, but high. If used well in the kiln, this combo can basically just win you the game. Just make sure to find a spot to rest afterwards because you might fall asleep and fall to your death. Lastly, Pandora's Lunchbox. I also haven't seen many people use this item, but from what I know, it seems like B tier. It recovers your hunger, but gives you a random status effect. Sometimes it can give you multiple status effects. If you like gambling or playing Balatro, maybe this item is for you. When it works really great, but it's too inconsistent to place in A tier. So this is my final tier list. If you did enjoy this tier list, please do consider subscribing. It's free, and I do plan to release more quality content soon. Do also comment down below if you have any questions or if you agree or disagree with my rankings. Cheers!